with the right hand. Down, 8th floor, come down. Hotel receptionist. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come I need? Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes. That's what happens when you got dreams closer than imagine. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Nick Kwiatkowski in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated as your quarterback gets hit.
Mike, check, 59. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hey, Mike.
Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ryan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4. Off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. 18.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On second down, it's Cohen. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 59 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be second down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Ryan to throw. It's hauled in by Hardy. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
And the Falcons first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing again, Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in a 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
56.
Hey, Delta.
6 right there, 56.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Takk McKinley. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he's got Miller. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. First down, a run with Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
The tackle made by Devontae Campbell. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
180! 56! Check, 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 check! Check, 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 check! Blue, blue, blue! Motion, motion, motion!
On 2nd and 2, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
18. Hey, exit.
Banjo.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, 34 yards as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Ryan. It's complete to Hopkins. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Space. Check safety, check safety.
Check.
Now Ryan. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
March 59. March 59.
Third and long. It's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for... I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
180! Hey, ball. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Go.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Now it's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
And some space here. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 48 yards as the Bears push further out in front. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bears 21, Falcons nothing. Pat O'Donnell to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Second and 10 now. Ryan nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
He's checking. Got it. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, Zoo. 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I got you, boy. SOS.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point safely through, and a rout is on here in this first half.
Bears 28, Falcons nothing. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Oh, you got deep?
Trubisky gives to Cohen. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Alert. Crunch.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Any weapon? Hey, Charlie. Check 13. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Kenyon Barner, deep for Atlanta. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. Mike spot now.
Hey, express!
I got you. I got you.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Haywood!
Here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adrian Claiborne just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 36 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have defined routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out. End up throwing it short to the running back. Give the defense credit for not giving up any yardage.
Mike's 56.
Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Hey, alert!
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
56 to Mike.
Hey, high 7.
Check.
Now it's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
That happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
At the 11-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Mike the 59. Hey, check.
Here's Ryan. He finds Hopkins complete. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 43. Topper. Alert.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Adrian Claiborne able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2.
Hey, box truck. I know he ain't got 56 to Mike.
Throwing here, Trubisky. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On 2nd and 12, Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Kwiatkowski able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. To throw is Ryan. With a catch made by Hopkins. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. DeAndre Hopkins, 66 yards. And the Falcons claw one back.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Alert, 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 alert. Here we go, here we go. Hey. Alert, 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 alert.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Trubisky. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
You have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Take it at the 37. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
59 Mike.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Looking in zone for Jones. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 3rd down, Ryan throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
I can't believe they even let you play. Check 52.
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hey, check. 3.
Now Ryan on 1st down. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Kill. Check. Smooth.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Going on 4th down, it's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance.
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2.
They can't stop the franchise.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. On second down now, it's Cohen. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Trubisky to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught at the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 53 yards. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Sponge! No! X3! 218!
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And right now, Charles, I think you'd have to say their class starting to show through.
Yeah, they were disappointed not to get the #1 seed in the playoffs, but the reality is these guys can play anywhere. It doesn't matter for them.
And if they can indeed hold on to this lead, that's going to set up one heck of a championship game next Sunday.
Let's come back and watch it, shall we?
Something tells me you and I are going to be there.
Falcons 7. Pat O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
20!
They run. Devontae Freeman. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon